The statements about annexing Lebanese territory are just becoming, they're very vocal about it now. It's not like a fringe group. You've got ministers talking about building settlements. It is wild to see. This is Israeli Minister of Settlements. They have a Minister of Settlements and National Missions, or Reed Stroke during yesterday's game. Change the border. We need to go in this direction. That's freaking crazy. That is freaking crazy. All right. So I want to ask you about the statement that came in from the advisor to the Supreme Leader as a final quick point to cover. So the senior advisor to Iran's supreme leader, what's his name? Mohsen Rezaei. By the way, he does seem like a bit of a Medvedev. Is that true? He has a very senior position, but he does say the most controversial things. How seriously should we take what he says before I read it?
Look, Mohsen Rezaei is a long time, very important figure within that system, but his influence and role has gone up and down. He's run for president several times and managed to get really nowhere. But now what you have, of course, is that the Israelis have taken out a lot of the other senior people. And he's one of the few remaining major military officials who got their experience in the Iraq-Iran war and played a very critical role in that war. He's the one, if I'm not mistaken, who also put it in front of Khomeini, in which they were trying to essentially convince Khomeini that he has to agree to an end to the war. Because after 8 years, the Iranians were completely exhausted. The support for Saddam Hussein from Western states became more and more. His use of chemical weapons with intelligence support from the United States really intensified after 1986. And the way of convincing Khomeini to go along with something that Khomeini had vowed that he would never accept, an end to the war without victory, was to say the only way to turn this around would be to build a nuclear weapon. And knowing that Khomeini's opposition to a nuclear weapon was even stronger, he used that argument. Now, of course, other people have looked at this document and interpreted as if Rezaei was trying to argue for a nuclear weapon. But I think that's because they misunderstood the context. It was a way of telling him, if you want to continue the war, you have to build a nuclear weapon. But knowing very well that he was not in favor of building a nuclear weapon.
So people took it out of context.
They took it